Hey, 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 this is Raina Shantae back with you with another episode of 40 Days to Looking Younger. All right, you already know what to do. You have to like, you have to subscribe because I ask nicely. Please, pretty please. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you guys so much for liking, for subscribing to my channel on YouTube. You can find me at Raina Shantae. That's REINA SHAUNTE. And I'm growing. Listen. I'm almost at 5,000 subscribers, so we already know. All we have to do is bring this traffic here, which is growing on Instagram, over to YouTube, honey, because Instagram is popping right now. Thank you, followers. Thank you, all new followers. I love y'all. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, so back to our topic, back to the tea for topic. We are going to be talking about today primer, okay? Primer, ladies. All right. Now, if there's some men that want to join us and just, listen for the convo, that's fine too. And there's some guys that might even like to put on, a little makeup here and there. So today I want to talk about the importance of primer. Now, I hope I'm not running out of things to talk about where I'm starting to talk about things over and over again. I think I talked about not primer, but I talked about concealer. That's what I did. I talked about concealer, but I didn't talk about primer. So primer is very, very important when you're putting on your foundation, right? So to have a firm foundation, Christ is my firm foundation. I tell you, we sing this song at church. Firm foundation is lit. It's so good. It's about having a firm foundation in Jesus Christ, honey. Well, I always think about foundation because, women use foundation pretty much every day. Women that like makeup, they think, makeup is fun. And so I am one of those people that just think makeup is fun. I didn't even wear makeup when I was growing up. Like that was like something I was not interested in doing. And I have really nice skin too. Like, so I didn't really feel the need. Like my skin was nice and even. It had a nice tone to it. So I wasn't really like into makeup, not even up until past college. I don't think I started like really wearing makeup until like I was like grown, married with kids and, just start experimenting and probably, starting to see my skin maybe getting a little dull after the kids and, and I wanted to see if I can, add something and brighten it up. Well, I found a few different foundations that I love. And right now, currently, I am using the Too Faced foundation. Actually, I have my makeup like right here because I was going to show you the primers, right? Because this is really about primers, but I'm gonna show you what I use as a foundation. All right, so I use the Too Faced Born This Way. Yes, Born This Way Too Faced. I showed you guys this before because I had done my makeup before Get Ready With Me kind of situation. But the thing is that you can't put the foundation on until you have a primer. What is a primer, you ask? So, you know how you're I was getting ready to say, you know how you're painting when you're painting the walls and, before you put the paint up, you need a primer. Most of us don't know anything about that because let me tell you, I ain't gonna lie right now. I've never done that before. I've never painted a room, a house, a wall. I don't know. I thought about it, and not even thought about it. Like I went to the store and looked at paints. I thought about getting like the paint roller and, I really, really thought about it, like renovating and stuff. There's a lot of people that's like into the makeover, the home makeovers and the rooms. And, I am not one of those people. Maybe in the future, but definitely not now. So, but I do know before they paint, they put on a primer because the primer helps the paint to stick. All right. So that's the same thing when it comes to your foundation, ladies, is that the foundation is the paint. The foundation it's what you're laying on top of your skin, but the primer is like something that it's the glue that keeps it together, that keeps it smooth, that keeps it looking good. Because sometimes when you can put your foundation on without anything, but it's just foundation, it can get caught in like the little wrinkles and the cracks underneath. But see, the primer helps smooth all of that out. Primer is really, really good. Honestly, when you see a woman with like really great makeup, like her makeup looks flawless, like you see no creases, it's just like a blank canvas. Especially a black woman. And it's just beautiful. And it's just like, she has to have good primer because you don't see any movement in the makeup at all. There's no movement because the primer is there to keep it all together, honey. It's there to keep it all together. It's the glue that holds it all together, honey. Okay. The top 3 primers that I love. MAC primer. MAC has a primer, and I actually thought that I still had some. It's in a white bottle and a black top. but it is a great primer. Now this primer, it not only just makes everything smooth, it really almost feels like Vaseline. And for some reason, I don't know where this is coming from, but I think there's some people that use Vaseline as a primer. Listen, it ain't me. I don't even know. It must have been one of my friends that said it, or maybe online. You know, so much stuff going on. But it might be people that use Vaseline for primer, which I don't know how that would work, but I think that's kind of a thing. But I will say that this MAC product, this MAC primer really looks like Vaseline when you squeeze it out. But it's so light and it's so smooth, and it has like a glow tint to it. Okay, so you put it on, and there's like a light glow to it. Oh, it is beautiful, honey. It is beautiful. But it doesn't have any color to it. So you add the color, and then it all blends together. It's so beautiful. It's very light, and it just holds everything together. I thought I had some. I must have run out. And you know why I ran out? The reason why I ran out, I think because I started using a different primer, which I do have. This is called Super Goop. Super Goop. And I think I started using it because Oprah had recommended it. I was looking for some things for the beach, like towards the end of the summer, like around August. Yeah, it was around August. I don't think it was September yet. And I was looking for like beach stuff. It's so weird because I've lived close to beaches for the last I've been here for 8 years. I went to grad school, over 10 years. All right. So I've lived close to beaches for over 10 years, but I seem not to go out and get beach stuff. I don't know why. So I had to get I was like, this is ridiculous. I live in California. There's beaches everywhere. I need to start getting beach stuff. So I looked up the list, Oprah's list. I said, Oprah got a list on everything. Let me look up Oprah's list. And Oprah had recommended this because not only is this I said it was a primer, right? Because I said this is the primer that I use, but it's really a sunscreen. So this Super Goop it says Super Goop Glow Screen because it's really a sunscreen. So I got it for the beach, but it's also a primer. They say you can use it as a primer. And I was like, okay, well, let me try that again. It reminds me very much of the MAC primer because you put it on and you see like this light, like glow. It's just beautiful. It's like a radiance, you know, it's like a sheen, a shine off of your skin. I love it, right? So not only it's a really good sunscreen, but then it's a great primer as well. So you don't have to worry about sunscreen. You don't have to worry about putting extra stuff on with your makeup because this is used as a primer / sunscreen. So I started using this and I'm about halfway done. I don't even use a lot. And so I've been using this ever since the summer, ever since like August. So this is great. You only need a little bit. It's sunscreen / primer, and it gives you illumination. That's what it is. Illumination. Yes. So it gives you a little bit of that. So that's what I've been using for a while. So all you gals that live in California, you guys can use this year long, right? All year round because the sun is always shining. It may be shining longer on some days than others, but it's always shining. Okay. So we can always use this. Maybe not for our East Coast girls or our Midwest girls, but on the West Coast and maybe in some southern states, the sun is shining, honey. So you can always use this, and you can use this definitely as a great primer because once you put this on, you put the foundation on over top of that, you are good all day. Like no movement. Your face is flawless. It's smooth. It's glistening. It's everything. All right. So this is my number 2 besides the MAC. I know I love the MAC, even though it's not really a sunscreen. So when I use the MAC one, I don't even worry about the sunscreen. I really don't. A lot of times I don't worry about sunscreen often. It's just that when I felt like I was going to be constantly out in the sun, that's when I was like, you know what? I should get some sunscreen. So this is my number 2. And then because I do have the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and concealer, I also have the primer. So I'll show you the primer that I use. Bam. So this is the primer that I like to use. Now they also have a tube version of this where you can use it. It's like a cream you put on. It's very light and that works as well. But for some reason, I like this one. The Too Faced Prime, Set, and Refresh is the Hangover. It's 3-in-1. It's replenishing primer and setting spray. So this is a primer / setting spray. Okay. So this is a 2-for-1, right? I like it because you spray it on, right? It's a spray on. But I not only spray it on before, I spray it on after because it sets. So because the primer goes on before, Prime is first, Amazon Prime. Primer, it goes on first, and then you put the foundation on, but then the setting spray goes on last. So you got to spray it again. and it feels so good. It just feels so good. So it says apply to the primer. It says apply this clean makeup, and then setting it says apply to makeup to keep it fresh and in place during the day. And then it says refresh. So that's the third thing. It says the spray can be used anytime to refresh your skin. Okay, so this is also a refresher. I just love it. I love it. It's nice because it keeps your skin moisturized. You know, I always tell you guys the most important thing is drinking water, staying hydrated. You know, this is what really is the key to beautiful skin and clean skin, is drinking water and staying refreshed. But then you can also, some people I know will actually just spray their face with water. Listen, if that's what you need to do, you know, and it feels good, your skin is reacting to that in a positive way, go for it. I'm a little afraid of my makeup kind of getting kind of messed up, you know, kind of moving around, because, you know, you're spraying water on your face. Now, usually it's like a mist. It's not like a, you know, a whole like squirt, but it's like a mist that falls on your face, which I think, you know, it's probably not doing too much damage, but I'm always a little bit afraid of like the makeup just kind of, and I don't want to have to redo my makeup. I don't want it moving around. So this is a great way of allowing your face to get refreshed, hydrated, and keeping your makeup in place. So this could be my number one. I don't know, because this is a great way to like just hold it all together all day long. So I do keep this in my bag. And I actually use this to spray onto my sponge. You guys know I use a sponge when I apply my foundation and my primer and my concealer. I use a sponge because I feel like the sponge is better than the brush. I do like brushes. I do like a good brush, and maybe I'll do a video on brushes as well. But I do like the blender ever since I started using the blender. And they told me when I first got my blender, they said, you have to wet the blender. It's like a sponge. It's a blender sponge. So you have to wet it. And they were like, oh, just put a little water on it. I mean, I'm telling you, when I told them that I hadn't added water to my sponge, they were like, what? You didn't add water to your sponge? You didn't wet your sponge? I was like, no, you just did your makeup dry with a dry blender sponge? I was like, yeah. So sometimes when I'm out, you can't, you know, and I want to use my blender because a lot of time, listen, I was on my way to church this morning and I was like, I don't have time to do my makeup. I just need to jump in the car. So there's no water in the car for me to add to the sponge, because you got to have a wet sponge when you do your makeup, obviously. So I use this. I'll just spray a little of this on the sponge, get it nice and moist, which is perfect because it's hydrating the sponge, it's adding primer, it's setting it. I mean, this is really perfect. This might be my number one. I love the matte primer, but this is so easy, convenient, and it gives you everything that you really need in a primer and more, right? And more, because it does set it, it refreshes. I mean, and you know, like I said, I love staying refreshed. I love staying hydrated. I don't know, this might be it. This might be it, but primer is very important, ladies, especially as we're going into the holiday season. As you can tell, you know, it's holiday time, honey. So that's why I decided to sit in front of my tree, my cute little tree, and my Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. When I saw that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in the store, I was like, oh my gosh. It just made me think of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I was just like, I have to get it. If it makes me sing, I have to get it. I have to get it. So one last thing, you know, I talked about all the primers, but the point of the primer is just to like smooth your skin, make your skin look flawless, like take away, you know, any type of like bumps or creases. It just smooths everything in. Well, sometimes you can do that from the inside out, right? Besides water and keeping your body very hydrated, that's number one. The next thing is collagen. Collagen. A lot of people take collagen supplements, collagen powder, collagen pills, you know, and I think it's so good. I've been taking collagen, you guys, for a while. And I thought about doing a separate video for collagen, but I was just like, how much can I talk about collagen? Okay, maybe I will. Fine. But right now, I'm going to introduce to you the collagen that I am taking at this very moment. And it is this one, Quick Dissolve Collagen Peptides. So it maintains healthy hair, it maintains healthy skin and nails, and supports joint health. So it does a whole lot, okay? And this one is unflavored, so I just throw it in like a smoothie or, you know, something like that. But this collagen is really, really good. And I got this recommended from another influencer, Jennifer Beauty, who I watch quite often. She's super cute. And she recommended this. I've been using it ever since. I also had a friend that introduced me to the NeoCell. I think that's what it's called, NeoCell collagen. So I think I started taking it back then, the NeoCell collagen. But then I tried others, and for some reason, I don't know why this one just stuck. Maybe I like the color, the green. I don't know. I don't know if there's a big difference, but I know that, hey, listen, if it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, I'm going to continue to use things if I've been using it consistently and I look good. Like I said, if you look good and you feel good, why would I stop? So this is what I've been using. And I just, hey, I say try it to see if you like it. If not, you know, you can try something else like me. That's all I do, you know, and that's the fun thing. And that's what's fun in life, is that you get to just try things, you see what works for you. And that's all I have for you today. But thank you for joining me today. I hope you got something out of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press that bell notification so that you will know when the video's out. All right. Love you guys. Happy holidays. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.